Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all back to the Megamax. Oh yeah, zooming out every single time. It's so satisfying. Last episode, we completed the planning phase of our cell block right here. Today, we're going to get it completed and hopefully, at the same time, finally get ourselves some prisoners into our lovely little system right here. I feel like we have everything that we need. A security, a kitchen, a canteen area. We've got the yard, the 2 common rooms, probably a cleanup area, something that is also due. Do we need to have a staff room to get into here quickly? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Then again, they would just sort of use it to bust through anyway. We could make these 2 little staff cells. I don't really know. We can make 2 staff doors. It's interesting. Something to think about. We can do some modifications to our cell block later on. But for now, let's not waste any time. Let's get ourselves into the motions of things. Let's feel like a prisoner. Let's become a prisoner. It's probably not the best idea in the world. You shouldn't follow my advice, to say the absolute least. Right, let's go over to our foundation right here. Let's get a concrete building constructed. So we want to get these pathways done first. I'm going to go all the way up to the top right here. I was about to do the, the song. The song. If you're unaware of what the song is, it's the song. Very, very known song. Yeah, I don't know what I'm really trying to do right now. Still not too sure what I'm going to be using this little, this fairly large block of space for. What it could be used for is future expansion for our canteen. But then again, I think I'm just going to have it go out by an extra block in that sort of fashion. We probably won't even need it to be that big after a while. But for now, we will keep it as such. Anything else that we need doing? Well, let's just get the game going in the background. I'm feeling good about this. Just have everything move up. For some reason, I'm feeling really self-conscious today about the quality of the video. Even though I did some tests, for some reason, all of a sudden, I just thought, oh, what if it's not actually going well? Oh, no. Oh, the horror. I don't want to go back to that. I always think back to that RimWorld video where the audio just stopped recording. And I think it stopped recording. How far in did it stop recording? About 15 minutes. And I think I recorded for an hour and a half. So there was quite a lot of footage there that was unfortunately not useful to me. Other than, of course, the episode after where I said, oh, we've done all this progress. Mostly because you couldn't see the progress through the Let's Play because the audio wasn't there. I think I did a speed up video. I can't remember. Let's take a drink. Let's just relax. We're in the prison right now. I'm just slightly worried, okay? I'm very slightly worried that this isn't going to work out. We're finally going to get some prisoners. People have been complaining for a little while that I haven't got any prisoners yet. That's fine. It's the whole point of the game. Prison Architect. I get it. However, preparation is key. And we need prisoners anyway because our money is slowly going down. And we pretty much have everything that we need at the moment to get our prison going. So I'm looking forward to this. What we're hoping to see is the prisoners all drop off in deliveries. Obviously, we're not going to fit all the prisoners that we can have in this cell block right here immediately. We're going to get, 10 in, and then another 10, and then another 10, or something like that. Keep it nice and easy so we can just see how the schedules are really going to work out, because we want to get a regime started right here, which should be quite interesting. Work free time. We might want to do a bit of that work free time. Work and lockup. Work and lockup sounds pretty good. How are we really using lockup, though? Are we just having it where they... Like, when there's free time, how am I going to keep them inside the cell block? How does that work? Does it work? I hope it works. If it doesn't, then it's going to be a bit weird. Right, well, we've got our walkway sorted out, so we just pause right here. Let's get rid of the walls. Not like that, thank you. Let's get rid of the walls here. So this cell block's going to be a very good sort of baseline, I suppose, for what we want to accomplish throughout all the cell blocks in the series. So we're going to focus on this. And then, well, then we got to plan out where all the other cell blocks are going to go. We're going to have another cell block on the other side. There is this giant space right here that we could probably make a cell block out of. I kind of like the idea of that because it means we have a nice little box right here to just keep everyone in. But then, there might be some fights. So there might be some fights. I'm just saying. This is the Megamax we're talking about. V2, that is. There were a lot of fights in the Megamax. Mostly because they're all max sec prisoners. There's not much you can do about it. And by that I mean there's a lot you can do about it. And that's by throwing them in the I was going to call it the brig then. Into the solitary room. Which is something that we have unfortunately missed. There's always just that little thing that I've missed out on. Where would we put the solitary? Well, like I said in the past, I don't want them to be moving across this walkway here. They don't need to. There's no reason for that. They're only going to be on this side of the prison. This bit is going to be... Actually, I did say the workshop was going to go around about here. The workshop and the wood cutting area, well, the forestry. We've got the forestry and we've got the workshop. Do we have anything else that would go here? Other than, of course, the exports section, which will end up hooking up to this little bit right here, but we'll end up having another walkway that goes to probably the workshop, which will be right around here. But yeah, right around here. So I suppose prisoners will end up having to go across this area. We will have something set up. Excuse me, some sort of, I don't know, lockdown sector, screening room, I suppose, before they go to work. What the hell's everyone hanging around there for? There's some sort of party going on, and I'm unfortunately not involved, which is very, very disheartening. We will need to get some doorways here, though. Same thing on the other side, because, like I said, we don't really want them to always be along here. The only time they're ever going to do that is probably when they go to work. But even then, that's probably just something that I'm thinking of just to make it... What word do I want to find right here? Oh, no, just to make it easier to think about. So we're gonna get this bit built in such a way first, just so that we can not get anyone stuck in the middle, which tends to happen. Alright, there we go. Even then, they were getting stuck. And the way we constructed it, I feel like, was pretty good. Okay, so this is going to take a little while to get all of this done, but it's fine. It's going to be fun. We're going to see the cell blocks come into full fruition. And then we're going to get ourselves a bunch of prisoners. So hopefully we make ourselves a decent amount of money from them. We should. But let's be honest with ourselves. We're not going to make a million that quickly. Not until we get ourselves some programs done. Which is something that we do need to do. If we go over to... Is it bureaucracy? No, it's not bureaucracy. It is... It's in one of these screens. Reports. And policy. No, not policy. Grants. There we go. So we got these grants that we still need to complete. I think we pretty much have done most of them. We should have really followed the grants to get everything else done, but it's fine. We can get those sorted out with later on. Pretty much you just click on them, and if you've got it, then you just get the money. Which is quite useful. I'm mostly going to use them in a you're nearly out of money kind of situation. Well, I don't know. Doesn't necessarily completely matter. Are we missing out on some bits? I'm wondering why some of them are red. Seems a little bit odd to me. Let's get the bigger sections in the middle done first. So as we pointed out last episode, this is the security room right here. We're going to have 4 doors, all double gates. And what we want to do is have a system where only one half can get out. So this is, technically, it could be a sort of half a cell block. Or, well, a separate cell block, even though really it's half of a big cell block. So what we want to do is have all the prisoners from here, when it's lunchtime, leave out of the door first, and then the other side does it once everyone else has left. So it'd sort of be like a time lockout kind of thing, where that door will open at a specific time, and will then also close... what the hell? We don't have any doorways for some of these. I don't know why. What have I done? Okay, then I've sort of screwed this up ever so slightly. That is fine. We will just delete some of these. There we are. It's a good thing we can just demolish these concrete walkways very easily. Whoa, what the hell was that? It's a massive ball of dust that came out of nowhere. Right, objects. Alright, so we just get these objects sorted out. So we want them to be aligned here until they cross each other. We want to make sure that the doorways are misaligned. And then aligned again. So when they're on the same connection, then that's not right. That's not right at all. Unless, of course, want that prison to have 2 ways to get out. Which is not really what I want. What I really, really want. Want to be my lover. Yeah, exactly. I'll be here never. And this side connected up like this. You really have the background just moving. And that is not right at all. I need to get the planning bit done, because otherwise I'm going to make that mistake that I did over here again. There we go. Go to walls. Is there some sort of quick build functionality with planning? It feels like that would be quite useful. Seems like we've also missed a bit over here. We'll get the doorways in last. Get this walkway done. Not walkway, this wall. I always say walkway. I say it a lot. When I'm not talking about walkways, I'll say walkways. It's very weird. And these are sort of, they're not very confined cells. I feel like they're good enough. The good old 3x2, it works. I feel like we can give them a decent amount of space where we can add some level of luxuries. We really feel like doing so. Maybe they're not happy with their quarters. We can add a bookcase or something just to make them a little bit happier. As for showers, well, they're not getting that. Well, they are getting showers, but they're not going to get in the cell block. There might be some way of us doing it. We could... I don't really know how we'd do it. Right over the toilet, I suppose. Look, they can wash themselves with the toilet water. I feel like that's good enough, to be honest. Bit cold. And also, we sort of don't really filter it correctly. But that's good enough, I would say. Don't drink it. Definitely don't drink it. No taps in here, obviously, because we don't want them to siphon the water. Or waste it by just turning it on and be like, oh, God, look, water. Looks like we're running out of money. Quite a lot of money. I don't think we'll be able to hire too many guards or chefs until, of course, we get ourselves some prisoners so our daily income can go up enough so that we can hire them. Of course, what we could do is just sell a bunch of wood and then have it go up a bit, and then we could just buy a bunch of chefs. Chefs and guards. There we are, fantastic. Of course, we can copy and paste this design. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. This needs to be on the outside, I think. If we clear indoor area here, it just means it's on the outside. Will they get rid of the flooring? I don't really know. It doesn't look like it. If we bulldoze, there we go. So this should make it an outside area. There we go. Hello, Merv. Hello, Mervin. What do you want? Right, there we are. I want it to be open, so it gives them more sort of, you know, fresh air. Outsidey goodness. As to what our design will be in the middle, I don't really know. We'll find out. So flooring is important. We've got to do that next. What are we going for right here? It looks like we are just going for the sort of metal walkways. We'll see what that looks like. So if we just do it from here. Still don't fully know how I feel about it. We get that bit done, and then the concrete tiles can go on the sides. And these corners right here. I don't really know what to fill them up with, actually. Just more concrete tiles. Feels pretty good to me. Nice cold metal flooring. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We'll make this wooden, because, of course, our guards only deserve the best. Although, do we want to have the wood on the door? I don't think so. We'll have metal here. Unless, of course, it looks dodgy when connecting. Which it most probably will. More metal. Do you want to put anything in their cell blocks? I don't know. That would end up making things quite expensive. We'll have the walkway here, and then this... What do you want, parrot? Walkway right here. This middle bit can just be concrete. Concrete tiles right there, like that. Just want to keep it at 2 blocks across. And Merv right now is getting very leery all of a sudden. I don't really know why. I haven't done anything to make his leeriness become more so. But apparently that's what's going on right now. Very leery. Just looking at me funny now. That's a lot of metal floor. We also need to get the power connected in here, which is something else we need to do. Getting all the power is going to be very fun with our new sort of power system. But we will definitely find a way. Mostly it's just getting these other two connected and then having it feed through here. I mean, for now, because it's so all over the place, I mean, we have to get it all the way down here. If we go to logistics, no, utilities. I hate the utilities menu because it's so laggy for some reason. I don't know why. So at the moment, we have the power over here, which connects up to the water piping and also goes all the way to the administration zone. Fly, parrot. There we go. What we want to do is probably have this power station hooked up to... Well, this green one can still probably hook up to the middle for now. Eventually, we'll do a big redesign for the power. It will be a little bit of a pain, I feel, but once our prison really starts to expand quite exponentially so, then eventually we'll just sort of get rid of the power connected to this area and get it all hooked up on this line, then this line, then this line, then this line, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be interesting. So for now, the green power, we will have it power the middle, and we'll see how... I mean, I don't think it's going to do very well because it has to power up all these freezers. We don't have any cookers in here either yet. Tell you what, this won't really work out. What we want to do is have the green bit probably power half of this, and then this other one can power the other half. So let's do that instead. So let's go over... I should be in utilities right here. Capacitor. Let's get a bunch of capacitors. It's very expensive. 16 grand. It's not that expensive. Are we having this come out yet? Nope. Okay, so what we want to do is probably have it hook up. Well, we can't necessarily have it hook up. It has to be one line across, so from here. So for now, we'll do it like this. But eventually... Ooh, we have to have it go underneath. That's going to make it very interesting. I wonder how we do that. Well, we don't do it. That's the problem. What we need to do is disconnect this entirely. Why is it going all the way up here anyway? There is no reason for that. Okay. We will just remove it. With the demolish tool. What am I deleting here? This just feels really weird. The way the demolishing tool works. Doesn't feel like we're really deleting anything. Alright, so we'll get all that done. Meanwhile, let's go over here. Right, so the flooring's looking okay, but we still got a little bit more to do. Let's go back to materials. Now we want white tiles for the showers. We'll have it over here as well and over here. We got the wood right here. Now, for this area, do we want there to be grass? I don't really want there to be grass. Gravel sounds good to me. Paving, like concrete tiles around the outside. 2 blocks across. And then just a big bit of gravel in the middle. That's all they get. Nothing fancy. They don't deserve it. They are animals. Do we really want to put anything in the cells? Can we really afford that? Like concrete floors? We've already got concrete floors. Paving stones. I don't necessarily want to put the concrete tiles in here. It just doesn't feel right. Tell you what, we'll see what it looks like when we do that. I don't want to do the metal floors. I mean, it's 10 per square. Okay, it's not that different. But we are overusing the metal floors, which is why I don't want to do it. Alright, so we'll get the white tiles in there done. Meanwhile, let's go back to utilities. So we're still getting all this hooked up. But at the moment, things are going well. And the power still needs to be disconnected. What we should do, really, is just disconnect it to round about there. Although, not that bit. And then this can just sort of hook up. So if we go to about there. There we go. That should disconnect. There we are. And then we'll just go from there. Now, it should give us the ability to come down to around about here through the middle. Of course, we still want to do that with the green power, though, don't we? Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, wait. Disconnect that. Reconnect this. Go down to around about here. Then go all the way up. And then you're going to go down like this. It's just through the center. So we can't build underneath the perimeter walls with power. That's the downside of having a bunch of perimeter walls. We will eventually work our way around that. Because eventually we're just going to have the power system just sort of branch over the wall. Well, not over the wall, but we're going to have a particular section where it will go through. But it will make it more vulnerable as a prison. But you know what? It's a little cool addition. Now, how's this look? It just looks dirty to me. Does it? I feel like it just adds to the texture. I just really think this texture is very dull. We're going to go for a wooden floor with the common room. Probably not the best idea in the world, is it? I don't think they could do anything with the wooden floor, so it's not that bad. So we'll do that. And you know what? I think we will go for the concrete tiles. It's not that expensive. It is pretty expensive. You know, and later on, we might... It might not be that great for us. It's adding up. It won't be that great for us because, you know, eventually we won't have that much money. But for now, I will bite the bullet. So this is the yard. Looks like it's inside, doesn't it? Yeah. And now we will designate everything accordingly, including the cell blocks. We'll get all that done. Really what we should do is go to the planner. Is it quick build? Basic cell. There we go. Now I'm pretty sure, and R to rotate. If I do that, is it going to replace my walls? Hopefully that doesn't replace the walls, because it means I could just do that, and that's it. That'd be great. Instead of having to do all of the particular segments individually. So we'll get that done. We'll speed the game up. We just stopped it for some reason. We'll go back to utilities. It's a very important section. Same time, we need to get water pipes in. So we'll get the water pipes all the way into the main kitchen. Just right through the middle. Should it be right through the middle? We'll get it to the kitchen first. Need to get hot water as well. Do we put boilers inside here? Do we need hot water for these sinks? I imagine we do. We need hot water for the showers as well. We could put the boiler in the security room. Okay, I don't think that's a bad idea. Since I don't really want to put it in any sort of maintenance area. Well, it would make sense to put it in a maintenance zone. So let's say the cleaning cupboard. But then I feel like eventually I might just give the prisoners a job of cleaning. I don't know. I might turn one of these common rooms into a cleaning cupboard. At the moment, I'm unsure. Tell you what, though, this is looking really good. Cameras are also a big thing. Where would we put the cameras? I didn't really think with cameras in mind, did I? Is it a problem? Well, cameras can see through walls. What we'll end up having, we'll have to find out. They may have changed how the cameras work. I don't really know. For now, we will get all the utility stuff in the background done, because otherwise we'll be here forever. Right, so there we go. So we got these two power cables right here. The green one should power the other half of the prison. Mostly this is because the kitchen is going to cost a lot of power. So we go all the way to the end like this. All the way to the end like that. Water also needs to be done. And then what we'll do is we'll just poke out a little bit. In fact, we'll go 4 meters in. 4 meters. And then we'll just sort of... Oh, we can't go underneath. That's fine. We can connect it like this. Do the same thing here. Although this is actually... Is there an inconsistency? 5. But this hooks up here. And that one hooks up to there. Yeah, the inconsistency is that that's at the bottom. They just need to be sort of swapped around. It doesn't really matter that much. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. It does a bit to me, but that's okay. That's fine. Leave it. So I'm wondering... There we go. So we're powering half the prison, essentially, with this. And it seems to be working. I'm not seeing any issues. I think the only problem you get is when they touch, basically. The power cables touch. And, you know, don't have the power cables touch. Doesn't count that way. What we'll do here... Still waiting for the green one to connect up. There we go. Is that connected on the other side? I can't really tell. Seems like they're all powered, so I'm going to assume that's the case. And we're going to have to sort of just go in like this. Same here. And how are we doing for power? How is this? Okay. Ooh, it is eating up a lot of power. This is why we wanted 2 of them, because we need to get the cookers done as well. What will probably end up happening is we may end up just keeping these 2 just for the middle, and we may end up just getting another power station, or yeah, power station to hook up the top part. I do apologize about the lag. I don't know why it happens.